Hi and welcome to How to Use CAD. I'm Tom Norris, and for today's tutorial we are going to focus on construction drawings by creating a detailed section for a solid ground floor. If you are a designer within the construction sector, learning how to create technical or detailed drawings for the various elements of a new home, a house extension, loft conversion, garage conversion is a very important skill to develop. By the end of today's lesson, you should have no difficulty creating a detailed section for a solid or concrete floor to a residential building. So what you're looking at here is an existing detailed section that I did earlier for a double block full fill cavity wall. So effectively what I'm doing here is I'm creating a new look for the detailed sections. This is the old-fashioned look, or is the old one. Now this particular detail section has already been updated to the new building regs, which came out in June 2022. So this particular detail section is for say a concrete floor on an extension or on a new house. This is basically this is how it should be created, or this is how it should be formed. So what I want to do is I want to create a new detailed section based on this information, but put it into this format, which is a little bit more modern. So you're going to help out with that, or you're going to watch me do it, so you get a feel for it. So the text, all of it, as you can see, I think this is Times Roman. Let me just look. Yeah, Times Roman. Sizing is fine, but I need to change all of it to is it Sego or Sego? I think it's Sego, but we're going to change it. Let's just have a little look here. Yeah, Sego UI Lite for the actual detailed description. So let's give it a go and see what happens. So, and then we can tweak it a bit later on. So solid ground floor. So this is actually a solid. So I'm going to, well, I'm not going to do anything with that, because what I'm going to do is I've already made a few arrangements by written all the text in here. Into Notepad first, because I'm going to redo. I'm effectively going to do. So I'm going to be copying and pasting information from here and popping it in here and popping it into the drawing. So solid ground floor, I might as well change this. It's going to be SUI, and we're going to, can't remember now, should we bold it? Let's see. No, it doesn't look that way. What's the sizing on this? So here, so we're basically going to try and emulate or copy that. So here we got regular 80. So this should be, again, I don't know why it's all up there. Let's bring it down. Yeah, so you're going to, the thing about these little detailed sections is they're murder to do. There's so many different bits and pieces, and of course, bold, take it off, bold, regular. Okay, they're murder to do, but the point is you can't do them unless you have the information in your head, and that's where the shortfall is. So you might be very proficient on CAD, but if you don't know what the building regs are or the building codes, then you really are in difficulty, and that you're only going to learn through experience. Right, so solid ground floor, but it's a little bit more than that. Solid ground, solid, so I'm going to just make it a little bit more detailed description. Solid, and CRET, concrete. SULAT, insulated ground floor. Let's leave it on that. I'm not worried about the layout just yet. This one, what is that one? See if it's multi-text or just a text line, or U value. Okay, so this one we can just change it here. Text. And the sizing is okay, so I'm just changing the font. Likewise here. changing the font, which I'm probably doing it the long way around. So I can change that in the properties box up here most of the time. Let's see if this is multi-line or if it's just text, or oh, it is. Oh yeah, okay, so let's try and just change it from up here. It should make things a bit quicker. Yeah, this, as I say, these are multifaceted little jobs to do, because there's a degree of knowledge coming from all directions here that you've got to be able to understand. But there's nothing to stop you from taking detailed sections from PDF files and from any place on the internet. It's just that you won't know if they're the latest ones or if they're up to date, but they're still great for practicing on, and I think they're certainly worth starting to work on if you want to get a career in architectural design, because every project you do, as soon as it comes to the build phase, the client is going to be asking you for building plans. And you know, I own a company called Draw Plans, and Draw Plans, we get inquiries almost daily for building rigs, and they've already had the design done, but the designer doesn't know how to do the building regs, or they want to charge an arm and a leg for doing them. So as a result, they people shop around, or they come to us for quotes. Let's have a look at what it says here. Let's have a little bit of an explanation. So here we have this is just pure earth down here, and effectively this is a bit of a wall here. So it could be double wall, triple wall, it doesn't matter. So we're just focused on the floor here, and there's some sort of brick wall, and this is just underneath. So as you can see, sand blinded hardcore, that's what it is. So they put rubble in, and then they blind it all with sand and get it nice and level. This is even lighter sand, whereas we might mix ballast with the rubble here to get it leveled out, and then you do a kind of a sharp sand here to get it absolutely level. So this black line here is what we call a damp-proof membrane. Damp-proof membrane is effectively a plastic sheet. I can show you one here. That's that type of product. It's basically a sheet of plastic. Different thicknesses, different gauges, but that's what you have to do here. And this is going to stop moisture coming up from under the floor. So here now is thick concrete slab, 100 mil. So basically ballast or hardcore, and mixed and leveled off about 100 mil. Next bit is the insulation, 90 millimeter of Celotex GA 4000 insulation. Well, I'll show you what that looks like as well, just so you have an idea. You're in the shops or whatever, you're in the builders merchants, that's it. Comes in different sorts of densities and thicknesses, from 40 mil up to about 150. Different qualities, so you have to get specific when you write the detailing in. So here we have the insulation, and then on top, don't miss the VCL. VCL means vapor control layer. So what that is, again, if I can show you here. No, I don't have anything open, so I'm afraid I can't show you that. But it's effectively a plastic sheet that you have your concrete slab, then you put a plastic sheet down, then you put your insulation, then you put another plastic sheet. So a VCL should be laid over and under the insulation, so that you don't put this concrete screed directly onto the insulation. So there you go. So insulation, then a 65 mil concrete screed, which is basically you mix it by hand, or you have it mixed and it's pumped in, but it's, at the end of the day, it's a standard grade of concrete. So it says 65 with light reinforcement. Well, light reinforcement usually means a little bit of thin steel. So can show you what that looks like. If let's just see if I can pull it up. Yeah, we should be able to see it here. Okay, I've got multi-screens here, so I can do stuff on other screens and pull it in. But that's effectively what they're looking at. Reinforcement fabric mesh, light steel, comes in different thicknesses, different grades for different kind of projects. See this one here, now that's a thicker grade, or it's definitely a stronger grade because you can see the price, 10 mil, whereas this is 20. This is, what is it? Doesn't say. 7.2. Okay. So the cost reflects the thickness of these bars, etc. But that's what you're looking at. So they're saying light reinforcement, the cheaper of those two, and that's effectively what goes into a concrete floor. Now, so here it's been laid out, and as I say, it's okay, it's effective, it tells a story, but I'm trying to do it better. Now, with any detailed section, there's usually a bit of building code or building editorial that we put in also. So on this particular one, let's see what we do here. I'm going to pull the coding now, but to do that, this is the information I want. So I'm going to copy that and up this to the wings again. Open a multi-text box about that width, and I'm going to copy and paste. There you go. If you haven't done this before, this must be truly exciting. Not really, but so okay, I'm trying to get everything to fit into a box like so. So best way of doing this is to reduce and have a column here, but then it goes a bit lower. Oh, that's okay. So I think if I was to just grab the outer one there, I grab that little square, and I pop this down here so that we have the editorial, say, in the center. Can afford to make it a little bit wider. I'm going to have to put the box back, multi-text box. Come on, waiting. Expand a little. That's pretty good actually. Then click off, or click select. Just looking at the fonts, this is the wrong font as well, so I'm going to, actually this isn't going to work because it's multi-text, so I have to open it here so that we get the box here, and then we change it to, I can change it here to S, there you go, Seagoey. Okay, size is correct, and I'm happy to leave that there. Right, solid solid concrete insulated floor, and we're putting that bit of information in. We've already explored, let's just space that out. Well, let's see if I can get my logo in here as well. Yeah, so the idea is that over the next year or so I'll be making up about 1,000 of these detailed sections, and we'll be selling the detailed sections from detailedsections.co.uk. So at the moment there's little or none in there, but as we modify, upgrade and redesign these to make them a bit more modern and so on, we should be able to create some stunning detailed sections. And it's great experience, absolutely great experience for young designers, especially if you're coming into CAD, you're just learning how to work it. Right, let's see how we can do the slabs here. So first off, let me just check the size of the slab. What have we got here? They're meant to be. That's meant to be a block, a concrete block, which is about 100 wide, and that's close enough for me, so I'm not changing it. Now I think there's 2 layers there. So what we do is we do the background. Background is going to be medium golden. What do they call it again? I have to change that to. Gosh. Medium goldenrod. Where did I get these names from? Good lord. Okay, I'm happy with that. We're done. And then what I want to do is I want to put the crisscross over, and I want to make that black. So I also want to make it slightly smaller. I want to make it about 96. I might be getting this wrong. Yeah, it's not meant to be goldenrod. It's meant to be dim grey with a black. I don't want it like so. Let me just bring that up. I need to turn off snaps for a moment. Oh, come on. Don't embarrass me now. I've got people watching me. In fact, I don't get embarrassed anymore. That's the beauty of getting older. So right, so what I wanted was a block, and that's what I want to represent as a block. And this should be about 10 mil. I'd be curious to see who designed it. Yeah, they did. They knew what they were talking about. So what I do there now is just get rid of it and copy this one in. It is a bit short, isn't it, here? So I don't want to go the full way down. So I'm a fussy lad. That's better. Now, so if I make a copy here, you got to be staying up all night now trying to do what I'm doing here, and it would be a great exercise if you do. There you go, that's your 20 mil. 10 mil, I should say. Right, 2 done. We got another one up here. Yeah. So let's just do a vertical line, 10 mil again. And still got it here, haven't I? Right. So the block has changed. This is, oh, we've got a little bit of a block. They do this all the time. Which is still a polyline. I can still do it mid-grey. Maybe not. Because it's because it's open, you can't fill it, so I've got to fill it in. Modify, giant multi-line. And then I can fill. Oh, I didn't click finish, did I? Giant multi-line. And finish. Now I can. Yeah. Little things. That's what it is. And what colour was this? This one was meant to be black. So we want it here. So let me do this one freehand because I want to create a little bit of space there. Oops. Oops, that's not meant to be black. That's meant to be... That's not the same color, is it? It doesn't look the same color, which it obviously isn't. It's definitely not the same color. So I can go hunt for colors, or I can just go 113. So why don't I just change it like so? And then go 113. Should have done this to start with, and then I wouldn't be messing around and wasting your time and mine. So like I say, leave a little space so that we can show. And okay, this is looking kind of decent. So now the yellow is for insulation. So what we got to do here is, this is all separate pieces. So this is a bit of a bind. So what we're going to do here, let's do a little copy and paste here and see what happens. I'm open to suggestions. So if you can, if you're good at telepathy, you can try telling me what your ideas are, how I should be doing it. Because this ought to do it. So now if I take out this particular what? Gone silent. The whole world has gone silent. So let's see what we can do here. Let me just check. Don't need that, whatever it was. And I've probably taken the line out. I can check that in a minute. See what it's meant to be. Oh yeah, I know what it's meant to be now. Yes. Right, so again, I don't want it to go to full. I want a little bit of a gap. And that's I'm happy with that. So now I've mucked this one up. Let's see if I can copy. I've got another copy on another screen here. So see if I can do that. So bear with me. Right. So the issue here is that this needs to come down a bit. That's it. And this one needs to join up right here. That's good enough. Yeah, beautiful. And what are we using for concrete? We can change this. It's going to be a bore because I can see they've already done it. They've already exploded it. So all the bits of concrete could change color. Let's just see if I change the color on them. They're going to have an impact. Do I want to change the color? Let's have a look. Let's just take it out there for a second. Yeah. So I like what they've done here. Look at it. They must have played around with it for days, putting layer on top of layer. No reason for that at all. Right, so Yeah, they exploded it because of this little angle, just so that they could deal with it. But I'll show you how to get over that in a minute. So if I ignore that one, just get rid of it. This one I can change. I could change it to this, for example. And let's see what the scale is. So we want to let's make it 200 and see what happens. Ooh, it's even worse. So let's make it 50. How's that? No, I'm going to need more concentration than that. 20. So to be honest, that's not the right mix, that's not the right one. So I'm going to stay with what we've got. So it's a question of, do I colour it in? For concrete, do I colour it in? What do you think? Well, right, let me see here. So this is the existing one. I think we can colour it. Right, I'm happy enough with that. Sometimes all it is a very subtle difference, and you don't have to go beyond that. So pull it over the arrows. No, I had a little ball there, yes. So ball is back, and now what I do to get rid of the surplus here is I hold that one down and I go over and I explode. And now they're all individual particles, so I can just clear up the bits outside of the shape. So if you didn't know how to do that, now you do. And what have we got here? I'm not sure I like that, so I want to use something else. So let's see if I can use my stones. Change the scale. I never know which way to do the scales here. One. This is what I'm doing here. Oops. Do 20. Oh yeah. We need about 5. Well, it certainly looks better than the bricks they had. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting quite happy with that. Now we just have to make it a little bit more decorative. And how are we going to do that? So, I bring this down. And where did I lose the ball from? I don't have spare balls, do I? This one needs to come to the front. So we go tools, draw order, bring to front. That's better. Right, I don't believe I need that. Right, but what I do need is this. Oops, it's all in one. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? So, I've forgotten how we did that, so what we want is effectively one line like so. Right, the little bits and pieces, they do help with the drawings for sure. So on here, we don't need that on this case, or do we? I think I can get away with one. They're purely cosmetic, there's certainly no need to have them. But if you can pop them in, then they add a little bit more quality to the drawing. So let's assume I was, put that over there for a minute. Didn't mean to do that. That's good enough. So you can see those little bits add a little touch to it. We've got our company logo in here. Detailed sections. Let's bring it. Let's just see how we line up here. Now, incidentally, if you like making these detailed sections, they're going to be. I'll be selling these on our detailed section website within a few months. So if you like making them, get in touch, and maybe I'll offer you a job, or I'll offer you a rate to make them. All I do is give you the old ones and say, right, I want them turned into this format, etc., etc. I'm happy with that. That's good enough. So let me just square up. So yeah, if you want to make detailed sections, get in touch. But we've just made another detailed section for a solid concrete insulated ground floor. All these are current building regs in the UK, and as I say, I'm really happy. But I'm just looking here. This text. No, this text is not correct. The font didn't seem to have changed. So let's just do multi-text here. And back in here. So I've changed it. Yeah, if I remember correctly, we have to change it down here rather than up the top. It doesn't seem to change up the top. It's changed already. And also I was using the light for the editorial, which is this one. And can I change it here? Style regular, line space, height. Font is light. Changing there. Saying OK. It's all in the detail. So double block fill, new cavity. So I don't need to repeat that text here. I was wondering if I'd got rid of that little. I have now. Okay, so if you've never done one before, you've just done a detail section, and as I say, I'll be selling these on detailsections.co.uk starting in a few weeks' time, 2 or 3 weeks' time. If you're interested in perhaps making some of these, what I do is I give you the old one, and then you make them into the same format as this. Just get in touch. It could work out. Thank you very much for working with me on this project. Hopefully you've learned quite a bit, and I mean, again, you've found out a bit more about detailed sections, but again, as I say, thank you very much. Leave a message by all means, leave a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.